Power 105.1, New York's new number one for hip-hop and R&B, home of the Star and Buck Wild Morning Show. It's the Ed Lover Show on your Power 105.1. 50 Cent in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Straight out of Queens. It's all Queens thing up in here this afternoon, man. My man is in the building, Southside Queens. Now, before the break, I told you I read some place where you said if this album doesn't sell as many as your first one, you feel like it's a failure.
Yeah.
Do you really feel that way?
Absolutely, man. I feel like I can do a better job than I did my first time. Everything I did on Get Rich or Die Trying, I was doing for the first time.
Right.
And, this time, I kind of know what the expectations are of me and, like what I can do on certain stage performances and situations. As far as entertaining is concerned, and I feel like I can do a much better job than I did the first time. I have ideas for my set that I developed already. For the tour, I'll start in July.
No, you are going out
June, the summer.
All right. How many cities so far? You know?
They're building the tour now, actually.
Okay. So you're doing the whole G Unit tour or the 50
Yeah.
Cent the G Unit?
The whole crew will be there, but Shady,
Right.
Eminem will be there.
Eminem's going out with you? That's
Yeah.
going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're going together.
Dre going out?
Dre, if the detox is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you on the detox?
Nah, I haven't recorded anything for him yet on that record.
So it's not done then?
Nah, it's not complete. I'm still working on it.
It's not done to you on the song. I mean, come on, dog. You got to be on there. I mean, you big him up so much. Now, on the song, let's talk about Piggy Bank for a minute, all right? Now, on the song Piggy Bank, you take, as you said on the song, warning shots at a number of prominent artists. Let's start with what's your beef with each one of them individually. Fat Joe.
Well, Fat Joe, he did a lot of things behind the scenes. He said things, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the same type of beef that I have with, like the Murder Inc. situation. I don't feel like deeply about it, but I felt like I had to address it because he was saying things openly,
like
off the record.
Oh, really?
Things, you know what I'm saying? And it's like Smack DVDs. I see him doing different things. Then they make the New York record to try and support John and them as they, in their time of need. They want to come to their aid to give him a record that can actually be played at radio. Ja, both of his singles at that point, he had one verse on each one of them. He had Ashanti and R. Kelly on one and Jadakiss and Fat Joe on another. I mean, that's the same reason why I got at R. Kelly during Summer Jam. Because there was a strong possibility he could bring Ja Rule out behind me, and he could say whatever he want once he got in front of 55,000 people, and they would have to absorb it and take it for what he said it was.
So you felt like you had to strike first?
Absolutely.
How about Jadakiss?
Jadakiss, it's the same deal with the I'm from New York record.
Right.
And I didn't understand that because of DMX situation with him at the same time. Like, Ja had been saying a lot of disrespectful things about DMX ahead of that, and Jada went on and still did the record. I didn't understand it at all. But
Okay.
Jada hasn't been saying much, so...
So you said before in the interview, if you don't want to catch fire, don't stand next to the enemy.
Absolutely, man. In every situation, if there's two parties that have differences, just generally, if there's two parties that have differences and you know both sides, you stay neutral.
You don't feel like you limited them cats by saying, well, you got beef with him, you got beef with me.
If you stand, they already stood so far next to him, they did what they could do for him.
So you mad at me too? Because I was in the video.
I seen you there, man. I was sick.
You mad at me for that?
I'm not mad at you.
Thank you, dog. I mean, you just got to invite me to a G Unit 50 Cent video. I'll be there. You doing videos with girls and they naked and all that. And you know I'm the king of naked. You seen Playboy TV. You see my uncut joint. You know I am the king of naked chicks.
We got to do something.
All right, holla at your boy, dog. How about Nas? What's your beef with Nas?
Well, Nas went on in the park and said something about me for no reason. He went on
in Central Park?
Yeah, in Central Park when he had his free concert.
Yeah.
He said something about me, and I'm just responding to that.
What Nas say about you, dog?
If you tired of all this watered down rap, he got this. I don't know. He's in his own world right now with this hood hop thing he got going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you had to bring the man's wife into it, though.
Well, you get caught in crossfire all the time these days. You know what I mean? It's just real. Like, and I ain't say anything that wasn't factual. She said a milkshake bring the boys to the yard.
Right. What about Lil' Kim?
Lil' Kim, that situation came from the Magic Stick record.
Why y'all can't get along, man? What happened with that?
I don't know why they do business with me like that. Like, they just move me around. Little things like, with Lil' Kim, I had issues, like, Craig Kalman kind of treated me funny. He run, out of Atlantic.
Yeah.
Because of his relationship with Irvin and McGinn.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? He called him and told him, y'all do business with him. We ain't going to do no business with y'all. And at the time, they had a little momentum. And, he just treated me real funny in the meeting. Like, he didn't even want to play the music. He wanted to talk to me about my issues with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I kind of said I thanked them for having me, and
This before you got signed.
Yeah, I thanked them for having the meeting, and I kind of left. I said I knew what that was about from the beginning when he didn't want to hear the music. And at this time, I had What Up Gangsta, I had Wanksta, I had 21 Questions.
This is on your demo?
This was the demo. I signed it, Shady Aftermath. I worked with Dre for 4 days on Get Rich or Die Trying. We recorded 8 records. 4 of them went on the record, In the Club, P.I.M.P., If I Can, and Back Down.
Right.
Back Down was the last record I recorded for the album.
Wow. And everything else you already had?
Everything else was there.
In Atlanta couldn't hear that?
They didn't even listen to the music, Ed. I'm telling you, he was asking me questions before we even got to the music about street issues. Craig Cameron's not coming to my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
right.
What are you asking me that for? And then after the fact, I left. It was cool. It boiled down. And after Get Rich or Die Trying popped off,
right.
I sent the record out to Trina. That Magic Stick was recorded for Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
So there had been another hit record on the album, but I missed it because the date. Like, I sent it to Trina, it didn't work out. We sent it to Kim. They held it past my date.
Right.
So it wasn't able to go on the album. I put it on Kim's record, and I wasn't really receptive to it in the beginning, and they wanted to, as a gesture, they gave me $175,000 for the record with no single rights. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there never was no intentions of making that record a single.
Right.
They did the deal that way. Or they would have shot the video without me. Come on, you know this. Like,
right.
So there was because they did the deal that way.
$175,000.
I moved away from the record. I just gave them. This is what they did to patch up that situation.
Right.
Kim found out how much money was given, and got upset that I wouldn't actually shoot the video.
Okay.
She got emotional. I don't feel like I should have to deal with a woman's emotion who ain't mine. That ain't my girl.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is business.
Speaking of your girl, we're going to talk about your ex-girl,
I ain't got
too.
no girlfriend.
No, I know you don't. We want to talk about your ex one, though. And I got to talk to you about Sean. I got a lot of stuff to talk to you about, man. You hanging out?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. 50 in the building, man. It's Power 105.1, New York's new #1 for hip-hop and R&B. Holla at us.